Apo datta. Apo datta. Da is alpa prana. Apo datta bheshajam. Apo datta bheshajam. Apo datta bheshajam. Atharva 11:6:23. 11:6:23. Apo datta bheshajam. Apaha is water. The root is apr vyaptau. It spreads. It flows. It covers. Please give us the medicine. Bheshaja. Bheshaja is medicine. Please give us the medicine. Now, some people ridicule about sentences like this. They say, Apaha, that is water, is inert. And you are addressing water. Oh, water, give us the medicine. How is it possible? It cannot understand what you say. Very simple answer for it is, Veda is not just guidelines, but also a beautiful poetry. The way it expresses things in many places is figurative. So there is no cause for confusion. It's figurative, we take it, fine. So what is the meaning of it? Though I'm addressing it, though on the face of it, it appears that I'm addressing water to give me something, it means, okay, water has got these properties and let me make use of it. As simple as that. It's figurative. It's figurative. And they are very clear that these Panchabhutas, these five elements, are inert and they are not having the consciousness, and they cannot understand what I speak, what I pray, what I ask. It's very clear. But in isolation, they quote these things and say, you don't have common sense. It's inert how you are talking to it. It doesn't hold water, we can leave it. Okay. Now this Atharva Veda, you understand that apart from so many philosophical and spiritual things, it also deals with many iha things, that is things required for this life here on earth, to lead a better life. And of course, many guidelines regarding health, herbs and treatments, medicine are also found in Atharva Veda. One example is this. It speaks about water being used as medicine. Okay, the present day word is hydrotherapy. Jala Chikitsa or hydrotherapy is the present day meaning for it. Water has got many medicinal properties. Now this water, the best thing is the rainwater, what we harvest right. It has got many properties. Once it touches the earth, then its properties will change depending upon the quality of the earth that it touches. The purest form of water is rainwater. And we have got the undercurrent of water within the layers of earth. Now that also carries the properties of the rainwater plus the properties of the earth mixed with it. If we keep the earth clean, if we keep the earth unpolluted, no problem. No problem. Even that water which has fallen on this earth or within the earth, within the layers of the earth, also is beneficial. There are different layers, and we find water in different layers. In the upper layer, we have got it. So a well can do the job. We can draw the water from the well and get that water. Nowadays, here, wells are not available because we have exploited the water which is under the layers of the earth so much that even if I dig the well, I don't get water. So we are supposed to go for bore wells. And even bore wells, the present condition here is, I don't know what's the condition there at your place, but here, even if they dig for 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 feet, they're not getting water. They exploited it. Only when we understand that water too is a medicine and has got medicinal properties, we will not be able to use water diligently, carefully. Of course, this point is common everywhere, except in places where water is in scarcity. Yes, they know the value of water, not as a medicine, but a necessity. In all other places where water is available, they are not at all diligent, they are not at all careful, and are just squandering this resource. And very few people around the world, they are able to understand water as having medicinal properties. Very few people. The percentage is very less. For other needs, they say we want water. Drinking, bathing, this and that. But as a medicine, very few people understand it. It is an easily available medicine for us, provided we maintain purely, if water is not polluted. Now, how we can use it as medicine? A few guidelines. Of course, some guidelines we find it in Veda itself, and some guidelines we find it in the Upaveda, Ayurveda. It speaks about hydrotherapy. Now, water can be used externally, water can be used internally. This is a basic first classification as medicine. I'm speaking of medicine only. Apart from, okay, I'm thirsty, I drink water, that's normal. Apart from that, I'm speaking of using water as a medicine externally and internally. Externally to cleanse, beyond that I'm speaking. Internally to quench our thirst, I'm speaking beyond it. Apart from that also, we can use water as a medicine externally and internally. Externally, pour it where some problem is there, where some inflammation is there. Can do it. Take tub bath, have water in a tub and sit in it. It works as medicine. Take a cloth, wet it, and wrap it around the affected place. Not an open wound, other things. It will work as medicine. It's an external application. Simple, I'm telling, in a very simple way. But when you go to Ayurveda and go study the hydrotherapy principles, we have got so many things, apart from what I'm telling. So these are some of the external uses of water as medicine. Now here also another subclassification is there, that is whether it is cold water or hot water. External, internal, and again cold and hot. External cold, external hot, internal cold, internal hot. So what I said just now is external cold. Sometimes when there is pain and other things, we use external hot water. maybe in the form of fermentation. That's also possible. Sometimes Ayurveda prescribes you can use cold and hot water alternatively. Pour cold water, then hot, then cold, then hot. As a result of it, it enhances the rate of blood circulation. And finally, end with hot water. Start with cold, end with hot. Alternate. This is one of the guidelines that is given. Of course, this part is specially taken out from Ayurveda and they call it as naturopathy. Naturopathy follows these principles. They don't go for medicines. They always depend on the 5 elements. Space, air, water, fire, and mud. They use these 5 elements for medicine. And sometimes they have got another system that is wrap it with a cold bandage and around it wrap some woolen cloth. So it cools and heats simultaneously. And whatever cold effect is there, it will be preserved within it because a wool covers it. A wool or another dry cotton cloth, something. But with just cold, it extracts the heat from the body or from the affected part and leaves it to the external environment. Whereas when you wrap another cloth upon it, it holds it there. And that works as a medicine. This is about external cold and hot water. Then internal, just drinking it, cold water, hot water. In some cases, cold water is to be taken. And apart from quenching our thirst, we have to take more and more water, at least 3 to 4 liters. That keeps the whole metabolic system active and clean. But it's general. In some particular case, it's not allowed. So a lot of water has to be taken, even if there is no thirst. Even if there is no thirst. And there's a limit, it should not be too much. So the balancing point has to be observed and found out by the person, because it varies from person to person. The final purpose of it is to give sufficient liquid so that the metabolic system runs smoothly, digestive system runs smoothly, elimination process happens smoothly. So generally it is cold water. When it's cold outside, hot water is okay. When there's some problem with the throat, phlegm, hot water is okay. When there's problem regarding gas, that's the digestion is not proper, hot water is recommended. So there are so many situations where cold water is recommended to consume, and in so many times hot water is recommended for consumption. So this is internal cold, internal hot. Like this, we have got so many ways. Then we call in Ayurveda one word that is called as Anupana. Anupana is a technical word in Ayurveda. Anupana. That is the medicine to be taken with something. We are not taking the medicine alone, we are taking the medicine with something. If you observe doctor's prescription, they'll write it on their prescription as so and so. Instead of with, they write C with a horizontal line upon it. I don't know if you have observed it or not. That's the way the doctors write it. Medicine, C, upon it a horizontal line, water. So take the medicine with water. That's a short form they use. So it should be taken with milk, taken with water, taken with honey, taken with something, hot water, cold water. So medicine to be taken with, so wherever the to be taken with is there, that one is called as the anupana. Anupana. It may be with milk, it may be with butter, it may be with buttermilk, it may be with something else. Or two medicine, take this with that medicine. Anupana, anupana. So this water also is used very much as an anupana in many times. Just water also is a medicine. In addition to it, it may be used as an anupana. Take the tablet and water. Take the tablet and swallow it with water. So water is anupana there. Take a capsule with water. Take some powder, dissolve it in water and take it. Water is anupana. So anupana is a medicine independently, and at the same time it also works as an anupana. The media with which medicine is taken. This whole thing is a big subject, and we will study separately and exclusively. And the whole thing we can bring it under one heading, hydrotherapy. So here, because this bheshajam is there, I'm speaking about this. Apart from medicine also, it has got a lot of other properties and it's a life-giving property. That's why it is called as jivanam. Jivanam is a word used for water. It's very life of it. And life is there on this planet Earth because water is there. Life doesn't exist in other planets because water is not there. And even that water has to be in liquid form. In the form of ice also, it doesn't help. In the form of vapors also, it's not useful. Basically, it has to be in the form of liquid. Then the other two forms I was speaking of, the ice and the vapors, they too are medicinal in property. There is another form of water, and it's not a new compound. It's a new element. The same water is ice. Ice also has got medicinal properties. So there is inflammation, we use ice. There is pain, we use ice. We want to reduce the temperature, we use ice. There's another form of water. It also has got some medicinal properties. I'm not speaking of ice with cream, which children enjoy. I'm not speaking of that ice. Barf, what you say? That's one not okay. Raw. On the other side, water vapors, they're also medicinal. So when the nose is running, when nose is blocked, we use the vapors. So we boil the water, the vapors start coming, we add a little medicine, or as it is also, we expose our face to that. If there is skin ailment also, we expose it to the vapors. We don't use water, we don't use ice. We expose to the vapors, and that takes care of this skin problem. It sweats. You know very well steam bath. Steam bath is also a process in hydrotherapy. So many things, not one or two. As it is, I told at least more than a dozen ways of using water. Externally, internally, hot, cold, as a wet pack, as an anupana, So that itself is a big subject, vast subject. And without any other medicine, without any other tablet or capsule, this or that, even herb also, just water can be used as medicine. It may be by applying, it may be by drinking, it may be by pouring it. Pouring. If I pour it also, it has got medicinal property. That force with which it is poured on. In some cases, it is poured from a less height. In some cases, you pour it from a higher height. It depends upon the case. So even that height and the force with which it falls on the affected part does have medicinal properties. And it is generally very relaxing, very relaxing. That's why you enjoy a bath under a falls. FALLS. Visit places and if there is a falls, we enjoy taking bath under a falls because it's very relaxing. And it falls on the head, it cools it. It's a wonderful experience. Because we cannot get this experience always in that natural environment, we have our own fittings at home, shower bath. It simulates it. But all these things basically has got one point behind it, that is, water is a good medicine. That's all. So here, in this Veda mantra, we are trying to understand these properties of water and say, they have got medicinal properties, let they be useful to me. Apo datta bheshajam. You give the medicinal properties. In other words, it means you have got certain medicinal properties. I shall make use of those medicinal properties. I'm aware of it. There are many, many Atharva Veda mantras which are full of knowledge. So what I'm teaching you, what I'm sharing with you is just indicative. Just indicative. Okay, next one. Mata Bhumihi. Mata Bhumihi. Putroham. Putroham Prithivyaha. Mata Bhumihi. Putroham Prithivyaha. Putroham Prithivyaha. Atharva 12:1-12. 12:1-12. Mata Bhumihi Putroham. How you write it is Putro Yasmark Ham. Putroham Prithivyaha. When I split it is Putraha Aham. Mata Bhumihi Putraha Aham Prithivyaha. Parjanyaha. Next one. Parjanyaha Pita. Parjanyaha Pita. Sa vu naha pipartu. Sa u naha pipartu. Parjanyah Pita sa u naha pipartu. Same mantra. 12:1-12. Atharva 12:1-12. Mata Bhumihi Putroham Prithivyaha Parjanyah Pita Sa U Naha Vipartu. We are on this planet. We use that word, Mother Earth. Mother Earth. We say motherland. That is, we look at this land, we look at this planet as our mother. That's exactly what is said in Veda. Or of course, this concept has come from Veda, to be right. Now, how do you understand Mata? Mata is the creative force. When I say creative, I'm very clear aspect of the creation after the first three entities. First three entities are not created. Sachit, Satchidananda are there. They are not created. After that, creation starts from then. So here, as far as we are concerned, the creation is a Sharira Indriya Manas for the Atma. That is me. That is me. When I say I, it is referred to the Atma, the soul, not this body. Now the soul wants a tool, and that is Sharira Indriya Manas, and that is created by using the 5 elements. So that's my mother. And these 5 elements are the products of this planet, this land, this earth. Mata Bhumihi. So all the raw material for creating this Sharira Indriya Manas has come from this earth. Out of these 5 elements on this earth, the one which is important for the creation of human body or any other structure is Prithvi. And that's why you are called as Parthiva. Parthiva. This whole Sharira Indriya Manas is called as Parthiva Sharira, where this Prithvi element is predominant. And that is from this earth. Mata Bhumihi. It has got such properties which is capable of getting itself transformed into this Parthiva Sharira, Sharira Indriya Manas. I am a product of it. Putroham Prithivyaha. I am its product, I am its progeny. I am created out of mud. This is one way of understanding. The other way of understanding it, what is the duty of a putra? A progeny. So when I say putra, I am very clear, I am not referring to only son. Putra, putri, all are there. It's just a question of gender, and whatever is applicable to masculine gender equally applies to feminine gender wherever it's possible. Now, how do you define putra? Puru trayata. Puru trayata chiputraha. One who trayata is train palane, to protect, to save, to serve. One who serves, one who protects in the best way, he is called as putra. So in one sense, putra or putri are those who protect their parents well with love and affection and gratitude. Also they are called as putra. Nobody else can do as much. Because putra have received all the love and affection, protection in their infancy and childhood from their parents. So they are indebted to them. So with gratitude, they serve their parents. And nobody can do as much as they do. So they are called as putra putri. So here, because I am a product of this Mother Earth, putroham prithivyaha, so I have got a duty to protect this Mother Earth. As a son or daughter, the parents. Putroham prithivyaha. So to protect this land is my responsibility. It's not that I'm only a product of it. It's not that I have got my Sharira Indriya Manas out of it. But it's my responsibility to protect it also, in turn. Putroham prithivyaha. If I just understand as I am the son of it, and stop there, things will not move. Because we have been seeing all the elements on this planet are being polluted continuously, enormously. Only way I understand this part of the Veda mantra, Putroham Prithivya, I am responsible for protecting it. I am responsible for serving it. Things will not improve. And that too I have to do it with all love and gratitude. Putroham Prithivya. That is the special angle what we are seeing in this piece of the Veda mantra. It's not just I'm a product of it. Of course, I'm a product of it. My Sharidhamas comes from it, excellent. But it won't stop there. In return, I'm supposed to serve it. I'm supposed to maintain this purity and not spoil it. Because I'm its putra. The responsibility is on me only. Putroham Prithivya. We are indebted to this Mother Earth. Next, it's not only me. Every one of us, we are all children of this Mother Earth. Everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, race, nationality, gender. We are all products of this earth only. Because all our Sharirindra Manas is got from the elements on this planet. Now, what is the essence we have got in this? That's universal brotherhood. We all belong to one family. So we all belong to one family is not a new concept. We know it. Not a Vedic statement, but we know it. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What does it mean? We all belong to one family. So which is the binding force? Because we have got a common mother, this Mother Earth. And it's a responsibility of every one of us to serve our mother. Yes, Mother Earth is inert, I know. Figurative, that one point is there. Figuratively, we consider as our mother and our duty to protect our mother, to save our mother, to serve our mother. Every one of us. We all belong to one family. We are all brothers and sisters. We cannot say it's your responsibility. It's my responsibility as well as your responsibility to serve mother. So between us, we have to be friendly and cooperative and have that brotherly love. We cannot fight. We cannot kill each other. We cannot harm one another. Because we all belong to one family. The concept of universal brotherhood, the seed of universal brotherhood can be seen in this Veda mantra. And the concept of universal brotherhood is there in many, many cultures and many, many places. Evolved societies, wherever societies are evolved and enlightened, in all those societies, this concept runs. Concept of universal brotherhood. Nowadays, we do have many organizations which promote universal brotherhood. It's very unfortunate that the Muslim religion, whatever is there, it upholds universal brotherhood very much. But when it comes to the question of practice, some problems are there. Basically, the concept is wonderful. It's universal brotherhood. But it should be extended to all the human beings on the planet. That's the problem. And it's done, yes, Muslims or the Islam can be understood very well. It's universal brotherhood. It's there in several other religions also, several other cultures also, in several other places also. And that is the very, very important thing to be understood for establishing world peace on this planet. Unless we recognize this universal brotherhood, we cannot be comfortable on this planet. We cannot be happy on this planet. We'll have our own problems. At the same time, as I was telling, to live on this planet, what we need is water. The source of water is basically Parjanya. Parjanya is rainwater. That is the one which protects us. That's the one which nourishes us. That's the one gives us everything. Land is also there, which is our mother, fine. But for the vegetation to grow on this planet, we need water. And the source of water is rain. Without rain, I cannot grow crops. Without rain, I cannot grow trees. Without rain, vegetation cannot flourish on this earth. And that vegetation is a basic food for all animals. Vegetarian animals take the vegetation direct. Even non-vegetarian creatures that depend upon animals, which in turn are vegetarians. A tiger kills a deer. But what's a deer? It's a vegetarian. So indirectly, even the tiger or the lion or even that carnivorous animal depends on ultimately vegetation only. And this vegetation grows because of rain. If rain were not to be there, the whole land becomes barren and becomes a desert. We cannot grow vegetation, we cannot get vegetation, we cannot live. Water is equally important, and a result of the water is the vegetation. That's also equally important. So it says in this Veda mantra that Parjanyaha Pita, that's like our father. It is a fatherly element. Parjanya Pita, Savu Naha Pipartu, let it Pipartu Prupurane, let it satisfy us. Let us get this rain sufficiently at the right time, and the vegetations grow, and let us live on that. Both things we have got. One is Mata and the other one is Pita. This earth is Mata and the rain is Pita. Together we exist. These two are very much essential for our existence. We cannot live without anyone. We need both. All other things are byproducts of these two. Mata, Pita. Whatever you say, it's all a result of the byproduct of these two. Basically, for our existence on this planet, we need Mata, we need Pita. It doesn't mean that other elements are not there. Other elements too are important. We need air. We need air. Now, this air and quality of air is maintained by vegetation. Otherwise, the air, what is there, is not usable. We cannot breathe it. So, to maintain air, the purity of air, which falls in line. After this is Prithvi, vegetation, rain, and the element of fire, heat, and space. These are the 5 elements. They are all interrelated. When I say rain is important, it doesn't mean that air is not important. They're all important. Certain points are highlighted. Certain parts are highlighted and discuss about it. And taking care of that will automatically take care of others. If you take care of earth, it automatically takes care of the water on the earth, the vegetation on the earth, in turn the pure air on earth. All these are taken care of. Now rain. If we leave it in the natural course, we will get rain sufficiently at the proper time. But if we intervene, if we poke our nose and disturb this cycle, water cycle, then anything may happen. Water becomes impure. We don't get right rains at the right time, in the right quantity. All the processes will be disturbed by our imprudent actions, non-diligent actions, foolish acts. We have been doing it. We are polluting air and finally getting acid rain instead of rain. We are polluting water, we are polluting earth. It's all our mistake. As it is, they are all life-giving. As it is, they are all nourishing. As it is, they are all satisfying. That's Piparthu. Piparthu is satisfying. The rain and water, what we get, is capable of satisfying us, our thirst and our other needs, including its property of medicine that we have discussed just now. Now, finally, what we have to understand here is these 5 elements are the very essence of our existence, without which we cannot exist. Not only they are necessary in their pure form. They are necessary in their pure form. And every creature on this planet has got a right upon it. Is another thing. It's not that this land belongs to me. No. I never brought this land with me when I was born, and I'm not taking it when I die. I'm only a trustee for these things. I cannot claim ownership to all these things. This I have discussed earlier also, sufficient number of times. So it shall be my duty to use these elements, not abuse or not misuse, protect it, enrich it, and leave it to the next generation and get out. This is what I have to do. And all the resources are basically the 5 elements only. All the resources are open to everyone. Every creature has got a right on it. I cannot interfere with their right. I cannot snatch their right. And all the resources have to be used and not exploited. Overuse and abuse is what is called as exploitation. No, I'm not supposed to do it. And all these 5 elements are figuratively called in this Veda mantra as Mata and Pita. The one which creates, the one which protects, the one which satisfies. And we are all its children. We are all its offsprings, the progeny of all these 5 elements. And it's a must for us. The soul cannot function independently. It needs a tool. It needs Sharindra Manas. Without it, it cannot do. And for that, it needs this. It is a must for our functioning. So it becomes very important to have it, to protect it, to use it, and leave it for others to use. Live and let live. Use and allow others also to use it properly. It's a very big lesson in ecology. It's a very big lesson. Because today we have missed this lesson, we are polluting everything and we are making life harder and horrible for us to live. To consider these things. Putroham prithivyaha, parjanyah pita, mata bhumi, naha pipartu. They are all interlinked. They are all interlinked. And when you study deeply and understand it, we understand the value of the nature around us. Whether it be land, whether it be vegetation, whether it be water, anything. Whether it be air, whether it be space, whether it be fire. So once we understand the importance of it for our very existence, we'll be careful and will not disturb this system. We try to contribute to the ecological balance. They also call it by other term isostatic balance. Some balance is there. We always try to maintain it and not disturb it. For whose sake? For our own sake. For our own existence, for the existence of our progeny, our children, grandchildren. For their sake, we have to maintain this balance. So is this Veda one which speaks about philosophy and spirituality, or it's very practical and down to earth? It's down to earth. It speaks of sciences. It speaks of the nature. It speaks of natural resources. It speaks about how we have to use it. When it comes to the use of natural resources, today we have classified it as a subject, economics. It's there. Economics is there. Medicine is there. Explanation of natural resources is there. Science is there. And proper use of it is there. That's ethics. Proper use of it, not exploiting it. So all these things are embedded in one capsule. That's Veda. The only things we have to analyze and understand, and we have to segregate it and understand it. But they are all one. A lot many things are fused here. That's the style of Vedas. That's the style of Vedas. Integrated. It's an integrated approach. So this should be a guideline for us to protect the land where we are, the rain that we get, the vegetation on this planet, and live not as a burden on this, but as trustees and protectors. How will you know? Yes, it's our mother, it's our father. When you get that feeling, yes, out of gratitude, we serve them, we save them, we protect them. Okay, thank you for the day. There are many such things. We'll keep on discussing about them again and again. And tomorrow we can have the class. Tomorrow we can have the class. Day of tomorrow, it will not be there. Day of tomorrow, okay, it's my appointment with dialysis. Tomorrow we can have.
Thank you, Sharma.
Okay, thank you for everyone. Yesterday's lecture you have uploaded.